Welcome back. All right, let's put this in the ether. Right, I just want to say, your wife have a work husband. Right, if your wife work, all right, in an office environment or any facility, right, if any facility that there's male there, that there's a male figure, whatever, her boss or coworker, right, that's her work husband. Right, she go to work to another man, to be with another man, right? To socialize. That's basically what it is. They take work as a socializing event to get away from you, to escape you. So as men, as husband out there, you gotta realize that, when she's with around another man, you gotta make sure she's on lockdown, right? You gotta know her surroundings. You gotta know who she talked to, who she with, because her work husband could lead to a lot of problem in your relationship, right? It's gonna lead to infidelity, lead to wandering mind, right? This is why it's a bad idea, right, for her to have a career outside of your home. I'm not saying women are not allowed to have a career, not allowed to have businesses, right? But when you introduce these kind of elements to a woman's life, they're gonna wander around. Their mind gonna wander, right? You can't serve two masters. Right? If she go to work, if she want a career, make sure that's not her only goals. Her goal is with you, right? She's supposed to serve you as a wife. By her going to work, they're gonna build up this idea, right? Who is she serving? Is she serving her boss? Is she serving you? Like the book said, the Bible said, you cannot serve two masters, right? It's impossible for women to do that. And not only that, if she have friends at work and it's a guy, how do you know the relationship? How do you know what's going on when she's at work and you're some other place? How do you know that? Right? I know people want to have this fantasy of trust, right? This fantasy of trust. But how much trust can you put on the people? Do you want to be heartbroken? Alright? Like this all cliche things. You do not trust anybody. That's including your wife. Right? You do not put that much trust on human being. Human beings have the ability to be corrupt. No matter what, they have ability to corrupt. You can't read their mind. If they have the capability to do so, they will do it, given the opportunity. Right? People, right, have the ability to do this kind of thing. Their mind wanted. They have the will to do this. Right? Now, when you introduce an element of another man into her presence, right, her mind doesn't wander off. She's gonna have these ideas. Ideas will bring up intentions, right? You do not want to influence ideas. Ideas will bring up questionings, right? So when she's not with you, she's at work. She have a work husband. She's gonna giggle with that guy, talk all this stuff, and you don't know who he is. You can't trust him. You don't know his intentions, right? What is his intention? His intention is probably gonna give her ideas to leave you, right? Now he's gonna put your relationship in trouble. She's gonna talk about your relationship to her friends, right? What's going on between your sheets to her friends, and things gonna go on. Conversations gonna start, right? Then when conversations start, it brings new ideas, new elements into. Right? How do you know this work husband aren't trying to mess around with your wife? How do you know that? Wife or girlfriend or whatever. You don't know that. You're not with her 24/7, right? This is what leads to a lot of divorces and infidelity. Cheatings. You just don't know that. These days you can't trust nobody. Right? You just can't trust nobody. Right? I have people out there, right, that said that, if that person's like that, I wouldn't be their friend anyway. Or me and my friend would never do that. My friend would never do that. How do you know? Alright? Like I said, people have the capability to do anything these days. They got free will. If they choose to cheat on you, they will cheat on you. Alright? You just better hope they make a good decisions. You better hope they have morals and standards. Right? But, your wife, if she's not with you, if she's at work, you best believe she have a work husband. You don't know what their intentions are. Whether if it's her boss, you don't know that. There's been a lot of example where the people at work, where she work at, she's fornicating with those people. You don't know that. There's been a lot of trials, a lot of cases, a lot of example where women cheat on their husband with coworkers. with coworkers, with their bosses, all right? Outside during happy hour when they get out of work, right? I'm not telling you to have trust issues. I'm telling you the possibility might happen if you fail to notice these nuances of what happened in the work environment between your wife, your girlfriend, and their coworkers, right? Sometimes the coworkers are bad influences. People are easily influences. You better be aware who they hang around with. If you're not aware who they hang around with, their coworkers are, then you might be in serious trouble if they don't like you, right? They might feed thoughts to your head. This is not about, trusting in anything. It's about how people work, how manipulation works, how people think, how human psychology works. Right? Why do you think some cultures, some traditions, they don't let you socialize with anybody else besides your partner? Why do you think that? When it comes down to it, it's all human psychologies, right? No matter what culture you are in, right? If she talked to another man, there's a potential that she might fornicate with that man, right? People are bound to be corrupt, given opportunity, right? Anybody. So if that's the case, trust is not a matter of trust. It's a matter of people when they do the right thing or not. Look at Jesus. Right? He was backstabbed by Judas. Look at Caesar. He was stabbed by Brutus. Right? And they're friends and locked tight, but they can't control them. They can't reach each other's mind. Well, except for Jesus. He already know that Judas was going to betray him. Right? Look at Caesar. He didn't know Brutus was going to betray him. Right? Look at all these other examples where friends or co-workers been stabbing each other in the back. You don't know that. People are bound to betray each other. That's the point of this video. Right? Because of people bound to betray each other, you can't trust nobody. Right? Sometimes you can't trust your wife. This is why I'm saying, like, these days, modern day women, some of them cannot be trusted. Right? Even conservative women. I made a video about conservative women. Conservative women, traditional women, even though they are traditional, that doesn't mean they cannot divorce you. That doesn't mean they cannot cheat on you. Alright? There are traditional relationships that happen where the woman cheat on the man, the husband. Right? You don't know that. You can't read that. And just because you are one of those people that have a friend that never did that, just because you're not in that situation, you never experienced it, that doesn't mean this thing doesn't happen. Right? You are just an exception. You're just fortunate enough to have people that care for you. Right? But most of the people out there are not as fortunate as you are. Right? Just because it never happened to you, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Right? I'm just telling people to look out for this kind of things. Right? When they go to work. How the heck do you know? How the heck do you know they will be loyal to you? It's 2023. Right? You can't read their minds. Will you spy on them? Right? I'm not telling anybody to cheat on anybody. I'm not telling anybody to develop any trust issues. But just be on guard that these stuff might happen. Be aware. Right? I'm not telling anybody to spy on each other. Right? Don't do that. Don't spy on each other. Don't look at each other's private phone calls or anything like that. Those are illegal in some states. Right? What I'm saying is be aware. Have this idea in the back of your mind. So if it does happen to you, you already planned out what might happen, what route you're going to take. Alright? So you won't be as devastated when it does happen to you. Right? You want to be aware of this thing because it protects you later on in life because you won't be surprised. The element of surprise, you don't want that. Right? Some people are surprised this thing happened to their relationship. I'm not even surprised anymore. 2023, if this stuff happened, people cheat on each other, I'm not surprised. If I have a wife that go to work with another man, giggling and all that stuff, she come home, all this stuff, I don't know where she went after work, right? I'm not gonna be surprised, right? I'm not gonna be surprised at all. Especially when she worked in a work environment with a lot of male figures, right? You can only hope for the best, right? Just hope for the best. That's it. You're rolling the dice in today's relationship, in today's society. You're really rolling the dice, right? But just because it doesn't happen to you, It will not, just because it doesn't happen to you, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen at all. There's many examples where it does happen, where people have intermarital relationship outside of work, right? Where people, right, are doing these things. Just because you never experienced it, that doesn't mean it didn't happen, right? Just because you never seen it, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Radio frequency, people, you can't see that, but does that mean that it doesn't exist? Right? Radiations, people never see radiation, but that doesn't mean that it never exists, right? People like to say that it never happened to them because it never happened to them because they never experienced this. These stuff does not happen. That's totally, you do not, you should not have that kind of mind frame, right? You need to think with both sides of your brain, not just one side. That's just left side thinking, right? You gotta see the truth for what it is. Deconstruct the situations. Think of all possibilities. You gotta be think fourth dimensionally, all right? By you not understanding that how society works, how people's psychology works, you're just a two-dimensional thinker, right? But like I said, when she's at work, she's with her work husband. She do the things what work husband do, right? Gossip, talk, and you don't know what the work husband intention are. For all we know, he might feed in her bad ideas and try to sleep with your wife. But on that note, guys, never lose this fact. Always understand. Think with both sides of your brain. If I missed something, leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. On that note, guys, peace and blessings.